All right, we're here at NAMM 2018. We're speaking with Frederick from Bitwig. I hear about Bitwig all the time. Can you tell me why people seem to be talking about it? What is it?
I think we bring some interesting new features to the market that's not covered by anyone else in the software DAW segment.
So tell us about what's special about Bitwig.
It's a semi-modular DAW. It's a modern DAW based on modern technology. We are all, the people behind the company are all geeks and musicians themselves, so we try to bring what we think is fun about creating music into our software.
Is it something for all levels of musicianship, or is it something for more advanced? What would you say?
I think we have something for everyone. I think the learning curve is not too bad. I mean, depending on where you're coming from. But if you're just beginning to start creating music on a computer, I think you can go to Bitwig Studio and get something done really quick and get some results really fast. So, and depending on how deep you want to dive into it, you can get pretty advanced as well, of course.
How long has the company been in business?
The company was founded in 2009. Bitwig Studio was released in 2014, and we're currently at version 2.3 that we're showing here at NAMM 2018. So we've been around for a few years.
Okay, so what are the hardware requirements?
We are cross-platform, so we run on Windows, OS X, and Linux, and it will run on any kind of up-to-date computer.
So what are some of the features that you have in Bitwig, just the basic features that people need to know about?
Well, I mean, it really depends on what you want to achieve with your DAW. We do, of course, multi-track recording, so you can use it to record your band or your instruments or whatever. But we also do sound design. You can create, your virtual instrument chains with virtual instruments. It's what we call a semi-modular DAW, which means that the different aspects are kind of simplified in themselves, but they can combine in very interesting ways to create more advanced setups.
When you say semi-modular, what are the modules that we are talking about?
Yeah, let's have a look at the instruments, just as an example. So let me close this window here. This is our device chain here, and you'll have an instrument first, which, excuse me. This is our new synthesizer, by the way, the Phase 4, which is a phase manipulation synthesizer. And you can just start by adding simplified effects like a comb filter, for instance. And you'll notice it's quite simple, it's quite bare, if you will. And this you can kind of extend upon by adding, let's say, an LFO modulator or like a step sequencer. And in this sense, it's modular because you start out with something simple and then you simply add what you want to add on top of that.
So this is like a virtual analog synthesizer.
Yes.
So
well, it's a virtual digital synthesizer.
Virtual, okay.
If that makes any sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but does it? What other sound sources does it have for the musician?
I can show you. You can have a look at our collection. So we have roughly 82 different devices. These are instruments like our polyphonic synthesizer. We have an organ. We have piano, drum machines, and all sorts of things, and then you have a lot of audio effects to kind of work with the sounds. It also comes with a library of, I believe, 10 gigabytes of different sampled instruments like bass and violin, trumpets, all sorts of things.
So this, how much? What is the price point for Bitwig?
The retail price is $399 US.
And the support for it, you're based in Germany. Well, how would U.S. customers get the support that they need?
Well, first of all, our software is so perfect that you need support, obviously. No, but in case of any questions, we do have a tech team or a tech support team, I should say, that's ready to answer any questions on email. And we'd also have a forum that people can go to learn from other users and ask questions and get going with Bitwig Studio.
For the potential customer out there looking at Cubase or Logic or whatever, why would Bitwig be the best choice?
Because, I don't know, it depends, like I said, on what you want to achieve. We are kind of more focused on the sound design part, you know, like noodling around and creating interesting soundscapes in like an intuitive and creative way.
So if you're doing film scoring.
What's that? I'm sorry?
Film scoring.
Film scoring, you can create very interesting soundscapes, for instance, with you know, using our modules and building up these like complex device chains. But you can also use, you know, if you have like a contact sample back of your instrument, your orchestral instruments, you can build that into your arrangement. We have all, you know, requirements for that. We have time signature changes, very like complex layered editing from notes and audio. And I think one important aspect that we're showing here as well is the hardware integration part. So we kind of like to melt into the hardware world as well.
Talk about that a bit.
So the setup we have here is that we're using an audio interface with DC coupled out and inputs, and we're sending control signals from that into the rack. And we have dedicated devices. Let me see if I can just create a new chain here. Where are we? Hardware. And this is our hardware CV instrument, is what we call it, and we essentially use it to send note information to the Eurorack. So let's just set up a very simple chain here. And this is now controlling the hardware modular system. And let's just record a clip.
Thanks for using a Roger Lynn product, by the way.
Yeah.
Big fan.
Well,
so this integrates very well with, say, with modular synthesis in a way that other DAWs would not necessarily do.
Yes, definitely. We have dedicated CV out modules, so you can. Let me find this real quick. So we've just connected an audio output to control the filter. So that gives us like virtual control of a hardware parameter. Which I think is quite unique. And this way you can kind of record this and do the automation part, but you can also modulate it from inside the DAW. So let's add something from our array of modulators that are available. This is, of course, you know, being audio, it's audio rate, obviously. It's high resolution, high quality signals sent out through the audio interface. There's no latency issues. Everything is just running very nicely. And through this, you can actually extend your hardware setup by using our internal modules. And you can also use the hardware modules to control aspects of the software as well.
Well, Fredrik from Bitwig, I really appreciate the demonstration, and I got to say, one of the big appeals for me in getting Bitwig would be that not many other people are using it, and I like that very much, and I think I'll give it a try. Is it possible to download a sample or to use it for a trial period?
Yes, we have a demo online, so just go to bitwig.com, get the demo. You can use it for as long as you like, but saving and exporting is disabled.
Oh, okay. All right, very good.
Yep.
All right, Fredrik from Bitwig, thanks for coming to NAMM 2018 all the way from Germany.